Why is this man smiling? How about that? Some waves. I'll be back to do that for sure. In the meantime, I thought it'd be a good idea to start talking about what you do before you fast. So this video is going to be about, what do you do before you fast? And because there's no way of me knowing what condition you're in before you fast, there are some guidelines that kind of help. One of the things you realize is, I hope you realize, maybe you don't. If you read my books, you might realize that the minerals in your body are very important. The electrolytic minerals are very important for many, many processes. Magnesium, potassium. I don't need to go into why and how, but one of the most important ones is magnesium. Because magnesium actually pulls the ATP out of the cells to use it and stuff, out of the mitochondria. So you got to have these electrolytic minerals, and one of the things I've noticed almost uniformly is people that haven't read this book, the Phoenix Protocol, Dry Fasting for Rapid Healing and Radical Life Extension, don't really have an idea of what they're really up for. And you need to get the book, because the book will tell you everything you need to know about dry fasting. One of the things you will feel is lethargy. You'll be tired. You will have these bouts of not having any energy, and that's normal, especially when you run out of glycogen and start transitioning to fat about day 2 and 3, 4 maybe, depending on how much sugar's in your system. And as you run out of that, you run out of energy. The other thing that happens during dry fasting is that you get rid of tons of parasites. And because of that, you have a lot of debris that's being broken down and eliminated in the body, and you have what's called a Herxheimer effect, which is this release of all these toxins, and your immune system reacting to it. So there's that. My suggestion is pretty simple. Everybody that wants to do a dry fast might consider doing a week of activated charcoal. Activated charcoal pills, about 4 of them every day for a week. Goes into your GI tract and takes tons and tons of debris and toxins and stuff out of your GI tract and just poop it out. Perfect. You also might want to load up on some extra electrolytes. Take some magnesium, potassium. If you're doing the salt trick, which is at least half a teaspoon of salt a day or more, you've got plenty of sodium, so you're good on that. That's really about the best advice. I mean, you're going to be uncomfortable in a dry fast. That's just the way it is. You can decrease the discomfort by loading up on electrolytes, getting rid of some of your stuff, getting rid of the stuff in your bowel by eating like a watermelon the day or so before you dry fast and flush it out. But mostly it's about establishing a state during the dry fast where you're able to go into it. Wow, that actually got my camera. Hold on. And go through it safely, because that's the whole idea. I don't want people, getting to the point where they're so upset about how they feel that they don't want to dry fast anymore, thinking it's, that's what's doing it. But no, generally it's what you've done to yourself before you get into a dry fast, or haven't done to yourself. After a point, after your first couple of dry fasts, when you start getting rid of all this stuff that's been accumulating, going through the dry fast is a whole lot easier, and you look forward to it. In fact, your body looks forward to it, because your body recognizes, oh wow, he's doing something now that actually cleans me up. Let's do that again. It starts giving you all the signals to think about doing it again. Sorry, I keep looking at the waves out there. It's grabbing my attention. I may have to go out and surf as soon as I'm done with this video. But that's really the kind of the deal. You're going to be uncomfortable in a dry fast. That's just part of the deal. You can decrease that by a lot of techniques I talk about in the book, which makes it easier to go through the dry fast. But you can also preload electrolytes and clean yourself up a little bit before you dry fast. It's simple and it's easy, and it's so easy to do. You should do it anyway. I mean, even when I'm not dry fasting during the year, I'll take some activated charcoal. I mean, I realize that we live in a polluted environment, and I probably can't trust it as safe most of the time. But that's the message today. Before you dry fast, try to reload your electrolytes, preload your electrolytes, so you have the stuff to work with while you're in the dry fast. Because you're going to draw from your body, and if your body's deficient before you go into it, it's going to even force it into further deficiency, and you don't want that either. So that's my advice today. Get the book, learn how to drive fast, expect a little discomfort, but if you get through the first couple of drive fasts, by the next year and so forth, it's really amazingly simple to go through these things because you've taken all the stuff out. And that's why we do this, because once you get rid of all that stuff that has accumulated and all that energy is activated during the dry fast, it's activated for regeneration, not repair and getting rid of garbage. Don't make your dry fast the garbage man. Make your dry fast take out so much garbage you don't need one anymore. And now you just regenerate. Your stem cells, your body cells, everything just gets fixed. It's a wonderful thing. Life is a wonderful thing. I love you guys. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. The like button really gets us out to other people. If you hit the like button and you like this thing, it really helps the message go out. As you've noticed, I don't do commercials, so it's not about commercials. I'm not trying to gather and garner money for clicks. I'm getting clicks, hopefully, to tell other people to watch these videos so that they can get well too and they can get healthy and they're not trapped in this system of pain, damage, and bad habits. We can fix that, and so can you. Show people how to drive fast, get the book and share it with them, and that's the message. I love you guys. That's why I do this stuff. Have a great day. I am going to suit up, it looks like, because you don't let these days go by. See you later. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. See a big set coming in. Oh well, time to go back and suit up. Talk to you guys later.
Yes?
We have a message. Can you remind people to subscribe, please, sir?
What now?
Please.
Oh, very well.